some of those horrible, hot, terrible nights, and still a massive crowd.
Yes.
So, yeah, perfect night.
Yeah, this is the first year we got a chance. We went out to the Indie Dreamer concert, which was really a lot of fun.
I heard that was nice.
Tomorrow we're going to go to the free concert for the festival orchestra.
That's tonight, isn't it? Yeah.
Today's Monday?
No, today's Tuesday.
Oh, so tonight we're going. See, I don't even know what day it is.
Tomorrow you'd be Rowdy Pipers
Yeah.
or whatever those guys are.
It's like
No, that's tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, so we're doing that.
that ought to be real fun.
Yeah, just trying to soak in all the activities.
Well, you don't, sometimes when you're downtown, you work this, you just don't get anything.
Any free time to get out there and do stuff. But,
Which is, you know, a blessing, I'm sure.
cool.
Make sure the mics are on here. We're live now.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interphase Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.
Welcome to Lancaster Festival Live, the Tuesday edition. I'm Paul Jasson. Thank you for joining us. We are downtown, safe and sound after last night. That might be worth mentioning. Our tent down here weathered the storm, the Personal Touch Party tent. Perfect. We're in good shape down here, but I know around town they had a lot going on last night. The cancellation out at the Wendell stage is just a big night of toughness for the festival. It was a tough night. But now we move on. That looks pretty good the rest of the week. We're hoping for that. We'll be talking about things going on tonight out there and in the future as we move through this week, headed toward the Saturday edition of Sheryl Crow. Again, we're down here every day, Monday through Friday. Got talent across the street, the Harmonics. We'll hear from them a little bit later in the show, too. Let's start it out with a fellow we've had on several times. I think it's been 60 years ago that Fran Taylor closed things up on the GayFad Studios originally, 60 years ago. So fast forward today, she would be so proud of the way things have gone on. And I know that's important to you because you hold her in such high esteem. But Dave Annecy is with us. Dave is the one of the owners of GayFad Studios down here on Main, just a half a block from where we are now. I know it's busy. Thanks for taking a little time away, but man, it's been a year since you've opened, and it has been a whirlwind.
It has been. Starting out from a mural project to reviving a historical glassware company. Last Art Walk was our grand opening for the retail store. Last Friday was our grand opening for a new GayFad Studios Glass Museum, first of its kind, and also our 1-year anniversary. So we've been staying very busy and collecting well over 3,000 pieces of original GayFad glassware from all over the country, bringing it back home, as we like to say, and putting it on display for everyone to learn about. We are so excited about the reception that we had on Friday night. Thousands of people came through the studio, and I think it was a resounding, consistent message of just like awe and excitement about all the beautiful designs that were created.
Well, I think so. I think you make a lot of new friends. Obviously, you did a year ago, but I bet you made a bunch of new ones that maybe had never been in the studio in a year, and
Exactly.
So I bet you saw a lot of faces you'd never seen, plus all the old ones that you know and always love to come through. But I got to believe that just so many people are so excited that your business is doing well.
Absolutely, and it's such a unique thing, especially in the mid-century modern glassware community. There were a lot of designers that were popular during that era, but this is the first time anyone has ever revived a historical design studio, have put together such a large collection of glassware, and are actually now producing for the first time mid-century inspired glass under that original brand. So it's something completely different than whatever's been done, but we must be doing something right. People are loving it, they're excited. So.
I've talked to you before when we did our show down there one time about people sending glassware in. They find out you exist, which more and more people, thanks to social media, I'm sure, find out that you exist. And a lot of these people, they just want it seen, so they just send it in, don't they? No charge. They're just glad you can use it.
Well, as you can imagine, GayFad had over 1,000 unique designs they produced in 24 years, and we've been on this mission over the last 16 months to try to collect those. Well, we've made really good friends all over the country of glassware sellers, and those folks have helped us so much of finding these rare patterns, buying and donating them to the museum for us, valuing hundreds of dollars. We've had grandchildren whose parents work there donate very rare items. And most recently, and very excited about, is grandchildren, Bill Butcher. She was the art director for the company for all 24 years. Her grandchildren randomly found us about 2 months ago, and they ended up giving us 25 hand-drawn designs of glassware.
No way.
That have never been seen, were never produced on glassware.
They're in the museum.
And well, this October, we're going to actually produce those for the first time ever.
Nice.
And we'll call it the Lost Collection of GayFad Designs. So we've been very fortunate to have all this new information kind of coming out of the woodwork, and we're able to tell a more complete and compelling story.
It's and again, social media certainly has its downside. We all understand that.
Yeah.
But from your business standpoint, the model you have, you would have never gotten where you are now in a year had it not been for just the word getting out. Probably those grandkids saw something on social media.
Well, actually, they drove through town and went to Provisions and saw the name, just happenstance, and happened to come in, told me who they were, and I freaked out. I'm like, can I record this conversation?
Pick you off the floor then.
Exactly. But yeah, social media's been wonderful. We've had a large following from all over the country. Mid-century modern enthusiasts, glassware collectors, and of course everybody locally here has been phenomenal in Lancaster supporting us.
Well, we talk a lot about, you mentioned it, the mural kind of all started out. Krista Moody, we like to always give her a lot of props for that. But then I saw on social media, maybe it was a ribbon cutting, but I saw Pearline there.
Oh,
and
yes.
She's one of my favorite people.
Absolutely.
So she worked there. As I remember, she had a part in that.
She did around 1956.
Yeah.
She was working there in the finance department. And I'll never forget when we were first getting ready to open and we learned that Pearline worked there, we had invited her to our first ribbon cutting for the store. And she was just ecstatic and was so thankful to just be remembered and be a part of that. So we couldn't not have her back again for the museum opening. And she shared a very cute story with everybody. So it was a very touching moment to have someone from the past who worked for GayFad present as we dedicated the museum.
So what are your hours this week while the festival is going on down here, as we hear feedback across the street?
We are normal business hours, so it's normally Tuesday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday and Saturday from 10 to 8 p.m. and then Sunday 10 to 2. We're only closed on Mondays.
Okay. So, and I imagine the foot traffic is just really phenomenal.
It's been great. You know, we've had a lot of folks that were in for the Art Walk night that have come back.
Sure.
And
Because
wanted
it's so
to-
crowded, you just got to run
yes,
through it.
exactly. So they're taking their time. They're really looking at the glassware, buying more products. So it's been really, really wonderful.
Well, my guest has been David Annecy. David is the one of the owners of GayFat Studios. What's the address down there?
137 West Main Street.
137 West Main. It's
Yes.
kind of right next to Provisions across the alley there. You'll see people eating in the alley and murals on the wall. It's just an amazing store you have there. It truly is for something no bigger than a little supply closet in some businesses.
Oh, yeah.
With you, it's your whole business. I doubt if there's a square inch you haven't used.
We're definitely running out of room. Yeah.
Well, I'd encourage you to stop down gayfad.com.
We have a website, www.gayfatstudios.com. You can
Gayfat
find us on
Studios.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's well worth your time to look it up. David, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the festival. And you're going out tonight to see?
we're going to see
Yes, it's Rock the Pop.
Yep, the
Gonna be a
Lancaster
nice
Orchestra.
deal.
We're going to go
Good
to
luck
that
with
pre-event.
Good
so-
luck with that. David
All right.
Annecy with us today.
Right.
Coming up tonight, as we mentioned, new concert out at OUL. It's Rock the Pops. Features Lancaster Festival Orchestra and special guest Siobhan Cronin. She is amazing. As a preview, here's a little piece of her performance with the orchestra Saturday night. Appreciate it, buddy. That's all right. Thank you. Yeah. It'd just be like me and you talking. Okay.
Done this before.
Should ask her. She knows. You're a rookie. Just chatting with Melissa Walker here. Thanks to Buckeye Lake Marina for bringing the highlight of Siobhan Cronin. She is something. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Learn more at buckeyelakemarina.com. So we're having just a little nice time here with Melissa Walker. I don't get to see her that often for the past, I can't think, 4 or 5 years maybe you have not been here.
No, I came last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were inside.
Okay,
The
maybe
rain.
that was it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you always, or at least generally, you guys have been gone on vacation during
Yeah,
this
we-
week.
Yeah, we usually vacation in Michigan. Haven't done that now a couple years.
Well, of course, this is Melissa Walker of Walker Shoes out on, what is the address? 1,007.
737.
737. And I was just talking to her before we came on. I was looking at the website. Is it philwalkershoes.com?
It's Walker Shoe Center now.
Shoes,
Yeah.
walkershoecenter.com. But it's an amazing website, and the history is, did you write that?
No,
Oh.
I can't take credit for that. I had a lot of help.
Wow.
Martin Barker did our website, and Joyce Harvey did a
Sure.
thing in the paper,
yeah.
story in the paper
Used a lot
years
of
ago,
that.
and we asked her, can we use that on the website? And
Yeah.
she said, well, of course. But she actually delved into the history even more than I even knew, so it was great to have her do that. And she came to us. That's fun.
So you are
Six
generation?
generations, gone father to son.
It started out where and then into Somerset?
Somerset, on the square in Somerset,
Yeah.
1836.
Okay. And what I didn't know, one of the things that struck me was a picture, I think it's your dad, standing in front of the Walker sign that says maybe Walker Shoes or Walkers.
Walkers.
But that was an entrance piece.
That was an entrance piece of those little tiles.
Tiles, yeah.
And that actually was done by somebody traveling through Somerset during the Depression. And it would be probably my grandfather, because my great grandfather died in 36. But anyway, my grandfather commissioned this guy. He needed money, and my grandfather said, "Well, sure." So so when they were the building burnt over there, and they were gonna tear it down, and of course everybody over there knew my dad, and so one of the fire station was gonna take it for a parking lot. So one of the Flop boys, I don't know who it was, called my dad up and said, "Hey, we've got this excavator." And my dad said, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
So he hired one of those tractors where they put cars up totally on it. Went over to Somerset. They put that big piece of concrete on the back, brought it down. There used to be a machine shop down Main Street. He goes down to the machine shop, asks the guy to bring his little backhoe thing. They come up and they slap that against the building. It's been there ever since.
And never moved.
Because it's on like 6 inches of concrete.
And it's worth noting that when they made that, now if you tile a bathroom with those little tiles, you'll put up like 2 feet of tiles at one time. They're netted together. Those are individual tiles. Every one of those was put on individually.
And I'd love to have it as an entrance into the store. And I say that to my husband, and he's like, no.
We don't want anybody walking on that.
Well,
This is Walker Shoe Center. But I'd encourage you to go to the website. It's just a wonderful website with great history, a picture of your dad with that. So what's going on now out there? You guys still rolling with Birkenstocks and got everything going?
Oh, yeah. We're still all about comfort.
Yep.
We've got Birkenstock, Blundstone, some of the Hoka's up and coming. We've had them about 6 years, actually, but people are really starting to know those. It's a specialty tennis shoe. Great for if you stand on your feet. So we help people every day. Their feet are sore, tired from being on concrete all day. So we have insoles. We help people that are hurting.
Well, and you hear more and more about that, about so many people now, retail, just all kind of different jobs, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. They're standing, they don't sit down.
Right.
Comfort is what it's all about.
It is, yeah. And eventually you get smart enough to realize that.
When you're young, not so much.
Not
That's
so
why
much,
so many women had bunions back in the day. And then they got smart and said, let's get comfort in here.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
everybody from my mother's age and on, they all had foot problems because it was all about just something to put on that looked stylish. And
Right, they want to look fashionable. So, and I get that, but at the end of the day, you want to be able to walk still.
Rocking the high heels maybe isn't the thing you always want to do.
Right.
Maybe it's too tough.
Exactly.
What's your hours down there?
We are Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30, and Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
And I imagine you're going to start really going because school has to come. Next month, August
Yeah,
will be
I'll
schools.
tell you, Saturday we were already having some.
Really?
Yep. So it's starting, slow but sure. We got.
You yourself have probably seen 2 or 3 generations.
Well, I see a couple at least.
Yeah, a couple. Kids bringing
You're
in.
probably
Maybe
right,
Grandma
Bobby.
came in back
Right.
then. How long have you been there? Whoop. Okay, we got a new mic. How long have you worked there?
Well, so of course I worked in my childhood, and then I went away, tried to escape, and
How'd that work out?
It obviously not too well. Went back at the end of 1987, and I've been there ever since.
I bet your dad was so glad your life failed.
I think he, yeah. Well, I think he.
Was so glad to see you.
Yeah, and it's really where I'm supposed to be, Paul.
Yep.
I am blessed with knowing that this is where I belong.
No.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing,
Well,
and
it is.
and everybody doesn't
Absolutely.
get that, but
Yeah.
I know this is what I'm to do.
Well, just knowing your dad. Again, my stepmother worked there for
Right.
many
Oh,
years.
yeah,
Glossy.
Peggy. Oh.
Yeah, Peggy. Yeah,
Made the
she
best
loved that
peanut
place.
butter fudge.
Your dad loved her too.
He did. She was like a grandma to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She-
lots of memories.
She
good
She
memories.
loved it over there, and again, she and my dad were
You
married
know how
for many
she got
years.
a job there?
No.
She wore like an 11 and a half and really super narrow. And when she came in to buy shoes, my dad said to her, "I bet you'd be really empathetic with people that wear different sizes." And the rest is history.
The rest
30
is
some
history.
years.
So just that shop was perfect for her. She was meant to come in there, get her shoes, and she worked there a lot of years, and she always
Yep.
loved it.
She
Yeah.
sure did.
So school's coming up. Anything after that?
Well, Christmas.
I hear that's after that. Is shoes a big time at Christmas?
Well, somewhat, but we sell a lot of fall shoes. We got a bunch of Birkenstock clogs in today. We got lots
clogs.
Oh yeah, we got lots
I guess
of winter
I think of
stuff
sandals.
coming.
That's all I think of.
Oh no, they make shoes and clogs, and so we're getting ready for fall. So when you need your toes covered, come and see us.
That's a good way to put that. I like that. So again, the website is WalkerShoeCenter.com.
Yeah, WalkerShoeCenter.com.
Okay.
Yep.
Again, it's a great website. It's just so interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
Martin
you can sit
Barker.
there and we're going to have Martin on here pretty soon,
Wow.
and we will mention that to him and say, hey, you got a good plug here.
Yeah, that's
from
right.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa Walker with us from Walker Shoe Center, and the address is 737 East Main Street, right out there as you're
we're
leaving
not
town. You're on your
downtown,
left.
but we're almost.
It's not that far.
It's not
if
that
you got
far.
Walker shoes, you could walk out there
That's right.
in comfort.
Exactly.
Melissa Walker, Walker Shoes. We'll be right back.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Hi, I'm Mike Shook with the Ohio Glass Museum. Our museum was established to reflect the importance of the glassmaking industry in the history of Lancaster and Fairfield County. We value the support to help preserve that history. This month, we are honored to be chosen by the Buckeye Automotive Family's Buckeye Cares program. Buckeye Cares will make a generous donation with every car they sell. Thank you, Buckeye family, for helping the Ohio Glass Museum.
The Lancaster Festival returns for its 39th season, July 20th through 29th. Experience 9-time Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Sheryl Crow. Get tickets now at lancasterfestival.org.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Lancaster Festival Live, downtown. We're under the personal touch party tent over here. I have a great view of the fountain, so you know where we are. It's a beautiful day, as it was yesterday, a little unlike last night, how it moved into central Ohio. But we're down here, and it's a beautiful day. Got the harmonics going on behind us. We'll hear from them later. Another big week coming up here, all headed toward that Sheryl Crow concert on Saturday night. The weather looks good all week. I talked to Deb Connell a little bit yesterday right here on the show, and I guess the only thing we weren't even worried about last night. At that point, we didn't even mention it, but we were a little worried about, maybe a little moisture perhaps on Sheryl Crow on Saturday night, but we'll pull for that not to happen. But it looks like a good week for all the events, and we love the Lancaster Festival, and it's sort of like the memorial. You know you're going to get some weather when it's outside. Something's going to happen. We talk about good nights and a crowd, and I just talked to Dave Annecy about what it was like on Friday night at the Art Walk. Thousands and thousands of people were downtown for the Art Walk. Dave Annecy talked about that. And if you were here, you know, and if not, here's some of the sights and sounds of the Art Walk last Friday night. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, lost and found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. It's going right, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. The mouth is alive, the juice is like wine, and I'm hungry like the wolf.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
All right, back Tuesday afternoon downtown. Welcome to Lancaster Festival Live. I'm Paul Jasson. Nice to be with you. We want to thank the good Dave Annecy, who is with us, and Melissa Walker, who did such a fine job talking about their various businesses, Walker Shoes and Gayfat Studios. It was a pleasure to have them on. And right now, as we do this, across the street from us, behind us, the Harmonics are playing on the stage. Let's go across and hear a little bit from them, the Harmonics. The Harmonics right behind us on the big bandstand downtown. Again, live entertainment every day at noon down here. And the Harmonics today was brought to you by the Fairfield County Parks District. Come experience forest bathing at Waukenan Nature Preserve. Walk the trails at Smeck Park in Baltimore or Manberg Park out in Lancaster. Visit Rock Mill on a milling day and you can actually see how corn was ground back in the 1800s. And get creative with others and enjoy the art at the Plein Air in the park sessions. Get out and explore and discover. These are other programs at your Fairfield County Parks. Visit fairfieldcountyparks.org. Good group there. We'll be right back in just a moment.
The Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities is proud to support the Lancaster Festival. There are many different events and programs the Lancaster Festival offers for all to enjoy. The festival brings together many generations and provides ample opportunities for our vibrant community to connect and make lasting memories. Be sure to stop by Fairfield DD's Social Purpose Enterprise, Art and Clay on Main, and Square 7 Coffee House to cool off and enjoy a handcrafted beverage. See you at the festival.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back to Lancaster Festival Live. Let's take a look at the calendar because we are just barely scratching the surface on a Tuesday with a big week ahead of us. It's brought to you by the Walker Shoe Center. Of course, Melissa is just on. A true sit-down, get your feet measured shoe store located at 737 East Main Street in Lancaster. So this afternoon, there's a bluegrass petting zoo. That's actually a musical program, takes place at the Fairfield County District Library, 4 o'clock. Then we move to the evening, 5:30. We've got the usual happy hour concert at the Ale House, 1890. Then tonight, as we've mentioned a couple times throughout the show today, Rock the Pops. Going to be a great evening out there. Features the Lancaster Festival Orchestra, special guest Siobhan Cronin, who we had a little bit of her on earlier, an amazing talent. That's a free concert, starts at 7:30 out at the OUL Wendell Concert Stage. Then tomorrow, it's Major Arts for Minors, Boomwhackers with Mike Sutter. They're at the Decorative Arts Center starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. 10:30, you can drum up a good time with Iggy Garcia and his drum circle to Fairfield County District Library. And at the same time as that, the Festival String Quartet will be performing down at the Salvation Army on Hubert Avenue. And then finally, tomorrow at noon, just a day from right now, 24 hours, the very popular Lancaster High School Percussion Ensemble will be performing at Zane Square. So be sure and arrive early and get a good seat. I'd advise you to bring your own seat if you want to get a good seat over there. It's a crowd. Hey, so thanks for watching today. It's always great being with you down here live, doing this Monday through Friday. We still got 3 days yet to go. We got some great guests lined up. We'll see a lot of talent from all over the festival. We'll bring it to you right here. You can watch all of this. Of course, you can watch it live and on replay right here on Spectrum Channel 1021 or the CLN Hometown Connection YouTube channel by going to Interface Video Facebook page, click on the live link. So for all of us from Interface Video, I'm Paul Jasson. Thank you, and we'll see you out at the festival and here tomorrow at noon.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.